Well, I'm going to shoot a little update here. I've been working on the frame for this whole truck, and I got the front section of it done. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I built these shackle mounts. They have to come outside the frame because those springs sit on that axle at an angle because the old frame was wedge shaped and these rails are straight, so that's how the springs are mounted on the axle. So I want to keep those angles. In order to do that, I had to put this mount out here, and I may change that down the road. You know, I figure I'm going to build this thing about 12 or 13 times before I get it done. As a matter of fact, I had it quite a bit further together last night than it is right now, and I'm tearing it all down again because I don't like the way it turned out. And you saw in the party area, in the opening shot there, I had the cab sitting down, and the engine sits way too high. And when you get that radiator up there where it's supposed to be, it's just way up higher than the firewall up there, the top of the cowl, and it just doesn't look right. So another thing that's not right is where this frame is Z down. I mean, I like that, what I've got done there, but it's too far back. And it comes, this Z part is inside the cab once it's sitting down, which is kind of nice because it's just about the right angle for the floorboard, but it just doesn't look right. So two things I'm going to do. I'm about ready to pull that engine and cut those motor mounts out that I got welded in there real nice and strong. I'm going to have to cut them, and that's the way it goes. I don't mind. You know, I'm learning, and that's just part of the deal. Take it apart a few times and put it back together. But I'm going to pull this engine and cut those motor mounts loose. I'm going to set that engine down a lot lower, and then I'm going to move this Z forward so that it's up here. And it'll kick down. It'll kick down up here about a foot further toward the front. And the reason for that is up here where this, you saw in that opening shot, the frame rails have to sit so high because of these parallel front springs. If you had a perch out there and a suicide front end on there with the parallel, or the spring running parallel to the axle, it'd be a lot easier to set the frame down low. But with these leaf springs, these parallel leaf springs on here, the frame rail just kind of has to set up there where it is, and it needs to be level in order to keep the caster in the front end. And so I have that all done, and also degreed that engine when I put it in, and I had everything right except the height. So it's just too high, and I'm going to change it. But in that opening shot, you can see the frame rails come in way up here in the top, or about midway in the firewall, and I don't know, I just think it looks kind of dumb that way. I think it needs to come down, and I'll get up on this rail here. And now when I get done, where it'll come in is it's going to be right under this. Well, actually it'll be right inside this, and I don't know if it'll sit down here or if it'll sit right there, probably down here. And I'll probably put a couple of skid plates under the bottom of that frame for dragging when it bottoms out. I'm pretty sure it's going to bottom out because I'm going to set it down fairly low. But anyway, that's the project. I'm going to move this down. This frame rail, instead of coming in there, it'll come in way down here, at least a foot lower. I think that's going to look a whole lot better. So, there we go. A little bit of an update. Time to start over.